Yo guys, what's up? It's your boy Gems here, and today this is going to be my first official YouTube video. And basically in this video I'm just going to be talking to you about annoying things that teachers always did. Like, it was just so annoying. Like, they always did these certain things that would just rattle you completely. Like, these certain things that they'd always do. So yeah, I'm going to be cutting to it. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, as this is my first YouTube video. I'd appreciate the support. And yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, the first annoying thing that teachers would always do is tell you to not start a sentence with basically. Now, the reason why this was so annoying is because it's literally a word. Like, who cares? Like, it's basic. It's like, it's regular English, but teachers don't think it's sophisticated enough. Like, they don't consider it proper English. So, for example, a teacher could come up to you and they'd be like, "All right, Gems, explain to us what we'll be doing today in today's English lesson." And you'd be like, "All right. So basically, what we'll be doing today is, excuse me, you don't start a sentence with basically. That's not proper English." How does that even make any sense? Like, it's literally a word in the English language. Like, how is me starting a sentence with basically, like, not good? Like, are you mentally retarded? Like, are you mentally insufficient? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, what's wrong with starting a sentence with basically? Like, it just makes no sense. I don't understand these teachers, man. Like, they just try too hard to be perfectionists. Like, calm down. You're not Pep Guardiola. Just chill the fuck out. You don't need to be perfect at flipping what you do. Like, just shut up. All right. The second annoying thing that teachers would always do is give out extra long homework during the holidays. Oh my. I hated this so much. It always used to rattle me. What is the point of giving us extra homework? Something got in my mouth, sorry. What is the point of giving us extra homework? We literally get homework 6 times a week during normal terms anyway. 6 times a week, plus extra work sometimes, you know, coursework, like, you know, for GCSEs and stuff and exams. And we'd obviously do a lot of work in lesson. So what is the point on setting us extra homework during Christmas? And do you know why this would annoy me so much? Because I'd always tell myself, you know what? As soon as we get on holiday, I'm going to do the homework and I'm going to be done. I'm going to relax for the rest of the holiday. But the thing is, let's be honest, most of us would never do it on the holiday. We'd probably wait until, you know, the last minute, 1 or 2 days before we have to go back, and we'd probably half-ass it. We do it to, like, just about satisfactory, or sometimes not even good enough, and we just get detention anyway. We just get in trouble. Like, it's just completely BS. Like, I hate it when teachers do that. It's so annoying. All right. Another thing that teachers always did was, when they were off and they were ill or something, and they'd get a supply teacher to replace us, and the supply teacher would always come in like they were an absolute big man and be like, "All right, students, listen up and listen good. Don't even think about mucking about in my lesson, all right? I know where all of you sit. I know all of your names. I know all of your predicted grades. So if you even think about trying to change your name and mucking about in my lesson, I will write a full-on report on each and every one of you miscreants that misbehave in my lesson, and I'll be sending it to your teacher." Now, the reason why this was so funny to me is that you knew damn well this teacher didn't know a single name in this lesson. Like, you don't even know me, bro. Like, who the fuck are you, bro? Like, who were you? Like, I don't even know who you are. You don't know who any of us are. So how can you know who we are, what our names are? Like, just shut up. Like, you don't know any of us, bro. Like, just hurry up, just teach the lesson, give us the work and be done with it. But if the teacher somehow, you know, figured out our names, like when they read the register, they would always snitch if you were not 10 out of 10 perfect. And they'd always snitch, write a little report, and then the main teacher would come back the next week and they'd be like, well, students, I heard some of you lot were misbehaving in last week's lesson while I was off. Well, now the whole class will be getting a detention. Every single person that was involved, you'll all be in trouble. It was so annoying. Like, literally, supply teachers were the biggest snitches ever. Like, they'd always snitch. Like, once they clocked and figured everything out, they'd always snitch if you are like not in the right place, using fake names, saying anything. Like, they just always snitch and punish you. Like, it was so annoying. Like, I just hated some of them so much. And yeah, that's just something they used to do that just rattled me. Alright, the fourth thing that teachers always do that I hate so much is when the lesson is practically over. Like, it's literally done. Like, everyone's packing their bags, everyone's putting things away. We're about to get up, we're putting our blazers on. We're about to leave the lesson, we're about to stand up. The bell has literally gone off. The bell, the lunchtime bell, the break time bell, it's rang around the school. The bells are ringing, that signal, break time, end of lesson. And then the teacher would be like, where do you think you're going? Sit back down. The bell doesn't dismiss you. I do. Oh my Lord. Oh my. These teachers, I swear to God, if the bell doesn't dismiss us, tell me what is the point on investing in flipping dozens of bells, hundreds of pounds throughout the whole school, spending that on bells, just for them not to dismiss us. So what are the bells there for then? Tell me what the bells are there for. Please tell me what the bells are there for. If they're not there to dismiss us, why are they there? Like, why on earth are they there? Like, if they don't dismiss us and you do, you've literally wasted money on the bells. Like, the principal, the teachers, they've wasted money on bells. Like, if they think that they can't dismiss us, just remove the bells then. Like, are you dumb? Like, are you mentally challenged? Like, what is wrong with you, bro? Oh my Lord. Like, that, honestly, man, I don't understand these teachers. Like, they're just so dumb. Right, this is another thing that a specific type of teacher, not all teachers, but this is a specific lesson. Alright, so one thing that annoyed me is when PE teachers, during the winter, when we still had lessons, of course, they'd always complain and say, listen, students, it's not that cold. It's really not that cold outside. And they'd be wearing the biggest jackets ever. Like, they'd be wearing puffer jackets. Like, their jackets would literally be the biggest things ever. Like, honestly, they'd be wearing flipping North Face jackets or the big school jackets with the school logo on it. They'd be like big raincoats, and they'd also be wearing flipping jogging bottoms or tracksuit bottoms that would, you know, match the top. And they'd complain that it wasn't cold. You are literally wearing a Nike tracksuit with a jacket on top, you absolute melon. We're wearing t-shirt and shorts to play flipping rounders on the AstroTurf at -20 degrees. You absolute low IQ dumbass. Of course it's not going to be cold in your eyes. You're covered up. We're not. We're the ones that actually have to run about. You just have to stand there barking orders, you piece of shit. You're flipping like Mikel Arteta when he was at Man City. All you lot have to do is, like, you know, hand out the flipping bibs, put out the cones if you had PE lessons. You didn't have to do anything. You just have to bark orders and set out stuff. We're the ones who had to run round, chase, or what, depending on what sport we were playing. Like, of course you weren't cold. Like, we were the ones getting cold, you dumbasses. So annoying, man, honestly. Alright, another thing that PE teachers would always do. So, speaking on them, when they would always, and I mean always, they would bum lick, literally be up the arses of the most popular students in the school. Like, listen, yeah, if you were not popular, if you didn't have any sort of clout, if you were not one of the most popular people, like if you weren't like one of the pen girls, or you weren't in top set PE that was sick at football, athletics, you were not getting any love from the PE teachers. Don't get me wrong, yeah. I'm not saying I was a decent footballer. Like I would say I'm a very solid centre back. Like, I would do the job. But listen, the PE teachers' favourites were always the guys that were either sick at athletics, or they were like the midfielders and the strikers that would always score goals in PE. Like they would and if they were in top set PE, like they would always get all the love. Like even though I was good at PE, like I was hated literally because like I just never used to like these PE teachers. Like it would just demotivate me being in lesson. Like, what is the point trying for these absolute waste men that don't even rate me because I'm not even popular like that? Like they literally rate people off popularity. Like and the only way you could be popular, if you weren't naturally popular, you'd have to be like top three footballers in the school, like, or you'd have to be like top like pengy students, because let's be honest, like a lot of these teachers were pedos. Like let's be honest, like PE teachers were, especially the male PE teachers, they were pedos. Like they would like peek in when people were getting changed, like, and they'd be looking in like, you've only got 2 minutes to get changed. Like they were flipping pedos. Like let's be honest, there were probably a couple pedos that were PE teachers. Yeah, that is facts. Come on, we know this is true. All right, another thing that absolutely rattles me, an annoying thing that teachers do, when you're arguing with the main teacher, like the whole class is being entertained because the teacher's rattled you. They've just said something mad that's just triggered you, that they're just getting onto you for no reason. You'll be like, you know what, I don't like the way you're talking to me, you know, and everyone will go like, ooh, is that gems, yeah? And then when you're going back and forth with the teacher, the side teacher, the assistant teacher, like a flipping sideman, would butt in out of nowhere and be like, excuse me, you shouldn't be talking to the main teacher like that. You should be showing some respect. When I was in school, I never used to talk back. Who do you think you are? You absolute monkey. You absolute degenerate, low-class, subhuman monkey. Like, you're literally an assistant teacher. You're literally a shit version of a shit job in a shit school. Like, imagine being the second-hand version of something that's already shit. You're like a shitter version of poo. Like, you're like so dead. Like, you're an assistant teacher. You weren't even good enough to get the main job. Like, you're literally a sideman. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you butting in? Like, who are you? No one respects you. I'd be shocked if even the principal respected you. Like, they probably didn't even respect you. They probably saw you and were like, you know what, you know, this guy's applying for the job. He hasn't really got the credential. Let's just chuck him in as an assistant teacher. Why not? Just to fill in some space, to fill in, you know, the diversity quota. You know, like you weren't even rated. Like you're not smart like some of the actual teachers are. Like you don't have the ability to control a classroom. You're an assistant teacher. Know your place, you second-hand bum. Don't ever in your life think you can step to me or anyone else in the class. Like, let's be honest, we didn't rate supply teachers. Like, no one rated them. Like, who did they think they were? Honestly, just shut up, man. Oh my God. Another thing that I used to hate about teachers, another annoying thing, I think we're on like the 8th thing that they used to do, is when you're getting into an argument with the teacher because they falsely accused you of doing something that you did not do. And they would follow up with the most famous words of any teacher when they got into an argument. So, are you calling me a liar? You calling me a liar? Oh my God. This used to rattle me so much. Like, I haven't called you a liar. And the thing is, there's literally no good comeback for when they said that. It was literally an overpowered comeback that teachers would use to give themselves a two-way victory. Because one, they're teachers anyway. they're already in. They've already got authority over you, and if you say, I'm not calling you a liar, they'll be like, oh, good. So you're admitting that you did do something wrong. So I'm not lying then. So you're gonna be in trouble. But if you said, oh yeah, you are a liar, like, I'm not gonna lie, you're literally wrong. Teachers would be like, excuse me, I can never be wrong. You daft student, I can never be wrong. I'm a teacher. They'd get on some arrogant flex like, you're not perfect, like stop trying to be a perfectionist. That they'd swear like they're always right, and you'd get detention anyway. They'd be like, that's it, you're arguing back, you're trying to tell me that I'm wrong. I know what I taught, even though they were wrong, by the way. They didn't see nothing. They just wanted to get onto you just because they didn't like you. I know you did something wrong, so you're gonna stay behind. I'm gonna make you rut lines. You're gonna be in detention for 2 hours after school on Friday. That's it. Nah, but these teachers, man, they lied all the time, and they could get away with it as well. They could be wrong. It didn't matter whether they were right or wrong, and they were wrong a lot of the time, but it didn't matter. At the end of the day, their word was final, and there's nothing you could do about it. That was the harsh reality. I hate these teachers, man. Alright, this is a funny one, yeah? Alright. You know have you ever been in class, yeah? When everyone's in class, you're all just writing stuff down. Like, let's say you're taking notes, and the teacher decides to walk around, and they come up to you, they'd lean over you to see what you were doing, and then they were breathing over, and they'd be like, alright, make sure you're getting this stuff down. I want you to get this stuff down, alright? And their breath would literally stink, like, their breath would smell like a flipping monkey in a zoo. Like, they would have like donkey fart for breath. Like, their breath smelled like skunk. Like, their breath was nasty. Like I could have diarrhea and fart, and that fart would not even be as bad as their breath. Like, it was that bad. And they'd always breathe into your face. Like, it's always the teachers with the worst breath that would breathe the most, like, into your face. Like, today, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be learning Pythagoras theorem. Their breath would smell like dog poo, and they'd have the audacity to keep talking. And the thing is, there's nothing you could do about it, because if you even try to tell them, so I'm not gonna lie, your breath kind of stinks. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro, like, your breath stinks. You would get a 2-hour detention, possible exclusion for rudeness to a teacher, depending on what school you go to. I went to a strict secondary school, so you could literally get excluded for little things like that. You couldn't say anything to a teacher. Like, that teacher's breath could smell like it could smell like poverty. It could smell like I don't want to be disrespectful, but it could smell like an African team's locker room after half time, when they would literally stink. And yeah, like, you couldn't say anything. You just have to firm it. Like, they had bad body odor, bad breath. Like, teachers, yeah, some of them don't care about their hygiene. And the worst thing is, I used to have this Irish not PE teacher, my history teacher, some Irish teacher. His teeth were literally yellow, like, they looked like literal corn. Like, his teeth were yellowed, his breath stunk, and he'd always speak as well. So top of the morning to you, I'm just explaining the task today, fellas. Your breath stinks. Like, just shut the fuck up, you fucking midget. You absolute leprechaun. Just please stop speaking. That's what you'd say to yourself in your head, but obviously you couldn't say it, otherwise you were in trouble. So yeah, that was that. An annoying thing that teachers did is when they had selective hearing. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say the teacher's pet, they're doing something they're not supposed to be doing. They're chatting to their mate right next to them. They're talking about something that's not anything to do with the lesson. And the teacher could probably hear it, but they'll ignore it, because, you know, they're the teacher's pet. You know, the teacher loves them. They can never do anything wrong in their eyes, right? But as soon as you do something, anyone that was not rated by the teachers, you were not respected by the teachers. If you even just looked in the opposite direction that wasn't to the teacher at the class board. Excuse me, you better keep your eyes on me. You should be looking towards the board. Don't be looking out the window or anything. Make sure you're focused. You're on your final warning. You do that again, you'll be in detention. Like, you looked away from a split second like this, and they would somehow see it. Like, they would turn around at the split second you were gone. Yeah, you're in trouble. And the thing is, they'd have select hearing. They could not hear anyone else that was speaking, but somehow they would have 9 senses. They would hear, smell, manage to see you not looking in the right direction, and you'd be in trouble. You'd be in trouble. But nah, I'm not gonna punish anyone else. Nah, I'm gonna punish this little black cunt, Gems, because he looked away for 1 split second. But Joseph, who gets A's, who's predicted A stars for English, maths and science, he's not gonna get anything. It's so annoying. Like, they'd have their favourites. Like, you knew after the first few months of the year, like, not even the first few months, the first few weeks, you knew who their favourites were. Like, it was so obvious. Like, you just knew. So annoying. Like, I hated these teachers. Thank God I'm not in secondary school anymore, man. And finally, an annoying thing that some teachers would do. Alright, so Monday morning in my school, we'd always have assemblies, and I know a lot of other high schools, secondary schools were all like that as well. So like, in the morning, they'd have like an assembly at least once a week. And then when the teachers were introducing themselves, they'd be like, well, good morning, class. I'd like you to greet me with respect. So I'm going to say good morning, and you're going to say good morning back. Good morning, year 10s. Good morning, Mr. Brown. Oh, no, that was not good enough. That was poor. Let's try that again. Good morning, year 10s. And you just couldn't be asked. You just be like, good morning, Mr. Brown. They'd be like, no, that's not good enough. We're going to try this one more time. 3rd time is the charm. Good morning, year 10s. Good morning, Mr. Brown. Like, the 3rd time you said it, the 3rd or 4th time, like, you were pissed off that early in the morning. Like, they'd managed to piss you off that quickly that you just say it to get over with, and they'd be like, thank you. That is how you should be greeting me. Thank you so much. Like, these teachers, they thought they were so cool. Like, I swear they had the biggest egos ever. Like, they just say it just to lick their own asses. Like, they just wanted the feeling of somebody just to arse lick them. Like, they just wanted to be in their own fantasy world. Like, they were the king or the queen of wherever they lived, and we were their little monkey slave peasants. Like, for fuck's sake, like, these teachers, that they're just so boring. Like, fuck these teachers, man. Such degenerates, honestly. And yeah, guys, that's it for the video. This is just some annoying things that teachers would always do. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna try and upload as much as I can. You know, I'm trying to get an editor with me, so apologies if I'm not uploading consistently, but I will try and upload as much as I can. Please support me, as this is my first proper YouTube video. And yeah, once again, like, subscribe, comment, and the link should be below to my social media, my Instagram, Snapchat and whatnot. And yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was kind of hard to come up with these. And yeah, bye guys. This was Gems.